What's going on, guys? Stock Jock here, up $1,700 on the day. Definitely has been an up and down day for me, but we'll go over that in just a second. So right out of the gate, I was watching CNAT, and only because I've traded this one in the past, and it seemed to be every time there was news, the stock would pop up early and then fade the rest of the day. I mean, you can see a lot of these dojis here on the daily from they get news, pop up, and then the rest of the day they would basically almost close at how they opened. So, but yesterday's news was a little bit different, actually a lot of it different. Getting $50 million up front, collaboration with a big bio company. Uh, the other pops and drops before were based off of phase one results, phase two results. This is a little bit more serious, but nonetheless, it was gapping up. I think it opened around 520-ish, right around here, and I just knew that there's going to be some profit taking. So right out of the gate, we had a quick pop up. I didn't want to chase this. I just knew there was too many people that were going to probably sell, push this thing down, profit take. I mean, how could you not? If you were down here in the $2 range and this thing gapped up $3 on you, it's $3 a share you just made. Sell, 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 make some money, and maybe buy back at a lower price, right? So anyway, we kind of had that out of the open. A quick pop up, and then it started to come back through. So I was watching for the break. We had a drop, a curl back up, and this candle did not go higher than this one. So that's kind of a bearish symbol to me, sign to me. That we kind of got this downward trend here. And then on this candle, I was looking for it to break the low of the day, which is right here. And as it looked like it was going to break down, I went short at 491. As it was dropping through, it broke through. I covered some at 474, and then it quickly came back up on me. So I covered in through here as it was coming back up, and it looked pretty strong. It was going to break the VWAP line here, so I covered the other half for basically a 2-cent win. So it was a quick 120 buck win out of the gate, and I was pretty happy with that. But my next trade destroyed all those profits. So CNAT got me. So as this was coming up, I really didn't think we were going to break this trend line here. And if you kind of draw it, here's the trend line, right? These two would be the peaks. I thought we would come up here, maybe test the VWAP, and then maybe back down again. But man, oh man, did the volume come in. So actually, I went short at 482, right in here, thinking we were going to test the VWAP and then come back down. So I went short at 482, and guess what happened? Volume comes flying in, and we go high a day. And I covered as soon as it looked like we were going to break the previous high, which was 520. I covered at, let's see, 513. That's what I did. Covered at 513, which I'm glad I did. That's like a 40-cent loss, right? I mean, tough to chew on. Ate up my profits. I was down basically 450 bucks at that time, but it was the right call. A stock did not do what I thought it was going to do. Get out, cut my losses. Previously I probably would have held this thing and just been like, no, I'm going to hold it. It's got to come back down, right? But just move on. I cut my losses, moved on, and sure enough, it went all the way to 550, and it did come way back down. But who's to say it just doesn't? I mean, this is a low float stock, 26 million shares. Who's to say this doesn't run to 6, 7 with the momentum? I mean, this market recently has been absolutely insane. The Dow Jones Industrial Average is almost at 20K. I mean, it's just been insane right now. So shorting in a green market, it's tough to do. Anyway, I covered, had a loss, and as I covered, I went to go long, right in through here as we're breaking a high day. I went long at 524, quick scalp, got out at 527, as it didn't look like it was going to break this area, but sure enough it did. But it was nice to get 60 bucks back when you just lost 400. Actually, I lost 600, but since I had a cushion on the day, It was only showing about 450 red, so then that brought me down to basically 390 red on the day. So whittling it down, just controlling your losses. So I decided, I know it sounds crazy, but I decided to go short on CNAT again. We had this huge move up, and then it retraced all the way back down. That's pretty bearish. Usually if it's an uptrend, you want to see it move up and then kind of consolidate at a higher area. Preferably up here where these tops that were resistance before, now they are support. So you'd want to see it come up, and let me just do this. Okay, so this was resistance. It broke through that. You want to see it come down and maybe come near this line, not really break through it. Well, we came through that line that was resistance and was support, and now just obliterated. It came all the way back down to where it was. So as I saw that, it's a pretty bearish move. I decided to go short at 478 right through here, thinking we're going to go low a day. Sure enough, we did. It broke all the way down here, but of course, I covered right here because it was like, I need the win, I need the win. And 30 seconds later, it went all the way to 43. So anyway, took my 8-cent win. It's another $160 that, again, I'm red on the day still, but 160 bucks is 160 bucks, so I took it. And I don't feel bad that I missed this move. So MPET was my next trade. As you'd see on the daily chart, we have, this nice resistance line right through here. At the moment, it was breaking above that on the daily, so we've kind of got a breakout move, definitely bullish. And when we saw it in our chat room, it was approaching $8. And MPET is a stock that can move quick and move big moves. I mean, look at this thing. We traded before, so just knowing that that the whole dollar could hold some short covering. So we decided to go long as we're approaching $8. I think I got in right in here somewhere. Yeah, right in here at 798. Basically, we cracked through $8, immediately popped up, and I sold at 819. That got me green on the day. Basically, 22-cent win there, $440. Got me back to green, and I was happy with that. CNAT was my next trade. Again, if I wasn't crazy before, I'm probably crazy now for shorting it yet again. So here we go. We broke low of day, curl back up, and I was just playing this as we curl back up and come back down, thinking that, curl back up to the 9-minute moving average here. That's this green line. Use that as my entry, and I got in basically at 466, took 1,000 shares. It came back down through here, and I ended up covering at basically 460, but it did drop all the way down to 450. It just wasn't dropping fast enough, and I want to take my win. It was only 1,000 shares, so $60, but certainly was happy with it. And I just knew that CNAT wasn't acting like it typically does. Like I said in the past, if it was phase 1, phase 2 data, whatever, it would pop up in the first minute, and the rest of the day it would sell off. But today it just looked stronger than normal. So I was taking my wins as soon as I could get them. And CNAT was actually my next trade. I was all over CNAT today. I don't know if you could tell. So at 10:31 down through here, I shorted again as we're going low a day. Just I was just gonna play it till it stopped playing out. So I shorted at 440 as we're breaking the low a day, and I cover at 433, 7-cent win, $140. Rinse and repeat. Very happy with that. SQM was my next play. This one was a pure news play. I love news plays. So Benzinga reports that SQM has been identified by, it might have been the Wall Street Journal, I don't know, some newspaper, that they are the sole supplier for lithium to Apple. Well, anything that has to do with a smaller company and Apple, even though it's a $3.4 billion company, it's still smaller than Apple. Anything that has to do with any company and Apple, that's definitely going to make the stock pop. So as soon as I heard it, came over here, got in at 28.84 right in here. We got a quick pop up. 28.95 is when I sold. It just didn't want to go over 29 and keep running. So I use that. You really got to watch these things. You know, you're day trading, so you got to be in and out quickly before everyone else gets in and out. And this is a prime example of that. This is stock that any kind of Apple News, you would have thought this thing would have just taken off, but it just popped through 29 and came right back down. So I was lucky to get away with a 11 cent, $220 win there, but it definitely could have gone red on me real quick. So don't be afraid to sell if you are green. I can't stress that enough. Before I would just try to hold on for the major wins, and I usually would turn into a bag holder at that time. Just if you're green and it's not moving anymore, in my opinion, I sell all the time, and I don't look back. So SGY was my next play, and this one is a prime example of I would say grade A setup, right? I mean, just absolutely ready to rock and roll, but it didn't work out according to plan. And when a stock doesn't go according to your plan, just move on. So here it is. We got a nice pop up, consolidation, another pop up, consolidation, right? And we're looking at it like this. So I'm thinking, okay, we kind of got a little bit of a level right here, this 1180 level. If that cracks, it goes up, boom, we're moving up to that next level. So I go long, um, looking to break 1180, and I go long at 1175. And sure enough, as soon as I do that, heavy selling comes in, and just I immediately saw it and I bailed. 1166 is when I got out. So basically an 11% loss. But look at what happened inside this 5-minute candle. You can see it on the 1-minute chart. 1 minute, it goes from 1168 all the way down to 1082 as it's just running people's stops. And I'm glad I got out. Now, look what happened. We get a little consolidation here, and boom, up to 1230, 1249 it's gotten up to today. This is just a wild stock, and I know it's wild, so I had my hand on the trigger to definitely get out if things look like it was going red. And this could just been a really bad loss for me, but just risk management. It's all about risk management. If a stock doesn't do what you thought it was going to do, move on. So SGY gave a little bit back there, but it could have been way worse. So the next play I had here was Fred. This is a stock that had some really good news, and as you can see, it's just gapped up like crazy. It went from 1180 yesterday, and now it's up to basically $22 today. Was the high, 2177, and I knew a lot of shorts were piling into this just because it was up so much, and I was hoping that as I got in here, right around here, I was looking for the move up, consolidation, and then the move back up through here. And on the 1-minute chart, I was watching it. I got long as I saw volume coming in at 1970, and it did pop. Let's see, when did I get out? Right inside the same candle. It hit 20, but it didn't hold above 20, and I sold. And it so robbed me. Like, I hit a market order, and it was at 20 when I hit the market order, and it dropped to 1992. I can't complain. I mean, it's still a 22-cent win, $440, but it could have been $660 if the market order didn't screw me like that. But again, nice win. Just playing the whole dollar break there, or the run up to it. It broke really quick, but didn't hold. So got out, took the win, moved on. So CNAT, I went short on this one here. As you can see, we kind of drop, pop up, drop, pop up, and I was playing this curl through here. I was going to play the candle under candle, and that's what I did. It took a little longer for this play to play out. That I was more, I wasn't comfortable going short at this point, but nonetheless, I went short at 446 for the candle under candle, as it looked like it was going to break. Sure enough, it broke, and I had to hold this for 8 minutes, and it's way longer than I would like to. So, but I was able to cover for a good win, basically 10 cents at 437. So NVCN, this one I chased a little bit, but I was trying to play the $2 break. And as you can kind of see here, I had this nice move the other day, consolidation, another nice move up, but it came all the way back down. It's been kind of consolidating down here again. I was really hoping that we could get a move over yesterday's high, 202, and we did get to 204, but it came right back down. That's a bearish sign. Usually, if you go candle over candle in the daily, you want to see it move over, like this one right here. Like we had candle over candle. It went from 220 to 235, another pullback, and then this one was candle over candle. And as soon as it went candle over candle, it was 229 to 313. And that's the kind of move I was looking for here, hoping to get. But a 2-cent move, and then it sold back off. I basically was break even on this. Went long at 198. It went above $2 and came right back down, and I sold as it was coming back down through here. Basically break even. So Siri was my next trade. There was a news article out that they won some judgment against some other company, whatever, and I didn't realize this, but Sirius XM Holdings is a 4 billion share float. Like, that's just not going to move fast. I mean, look at the 5-minute chart. It's just 1 cent for like 30 minutes. But anyway, I came over here, I mashed the buy button, bought 2,000 shares, and once I saw it had 4 billion share float, I was like, screw this, I'm out. Basically break even on this trade. I held it for 4 minutes, seeing if it would move just a penny, and it's just too thickly traded, too many shares for it to move at all. So got out, moved on. CDTI was my next play. This one, again, pure news play. News on Benzinga came out saying that the owner or CEO or someone bought 250,000 shares at $2 a share. And when I heard that, the price was basically at 210, and I just come over here and I start mashing that buy button. 250,000 shares on a 10 million share float. That's a big chunk. That's a big chunk of the company. That's no small potatoes. That's not like 1,000 shares at $2. It's a $500,000 buy. So as soon as I heard that, buy. We got a quick pop inside these candles, and I bought 4,000 shares here. Now the first sell, the bid was at 215 when I hit the sell button. As soon as I hit sell, it dropped all the way down to 208. So basically, my first lot was, 210. So 20 or 2 cents on the first lot of 2,000 shares, $40. And then finally started popping up again inside this candle. It went all the way to 234, but screwed me again. And as soon as I hit the sell button, it would drop to 226. But that was a nice win. 18 cents, 2,000 shares. And I'm definitely in the green at this point. So Fred looked like it was going to break over $20. And I knew a ton of shorts were packed into this thing. And the whole dollar is when a lot of people will put their stop losses in, whether you're short or long. So in this case, it was moving up into $20. And I wanted to play that run. So as soon as it looked like it was going to take out 20, and you can kind of see the movement here. It was a nice setup. Here's a low here on the 5-minute chart, popped up, came back down, had a higher low, and I was playing into this move. And as it looked like it was going to break $20, I bought in. It immediately jumped to what did it go to? Where am I at? There it is, right here. Jumped to 2045, and I hit the sell button immediately. And as soon as I hit the sell button, and I know this, that the L2 bid was at 2035. As soon as I hit sell, it dropped to 2011. And then as soon as the transaction went back through, it popped immediately back up to 2040. It screwed me out of 30 cents there. That would have been $600 instead of 220. I'm still bitter about that one because it was a really nice play. I read it perfectly. But alas, I'm still green. Still a good trade. So SKTS was my next play. They were opening up 2 stores in Dubai. Came over here. I don't know much about this company. I've never traded before. I'm well into the green at this point of the day, so I gave it a stab. Bought 2,000 shares. It just didn't go anywhere. Here's the people playing the news: 16,000 volume and 19,000. Just didn't go anywhere. So I just got out. Got bored. Lost in penny and a half on that, basically 30 bucks. Moved on. This was a really nice setup on the 1 minute chart. You can kind of see here as we're consolidating, we're getting higher lows and the same high, making a nice little wedge. Trend line, please trend. Thank you. All right, making a nice little wedge right here. And I'm thinking, okay, this sucker shorts have got to be all up in because they ran it all the way down, basically a buck, and now it's coming all the way back up. So I'm thinking inside here, if we break 5, we're gonna get an immediate pop. So as soon as it looked like it was gonna break $5, I went long. Actually got in a little early, thinking I might not be able to get shares at 5 because so many other people are gonna watch this. And so I went long at 496. We broke over 5. It went to 513, but I sold at 509. Nice little win there. 2,000 shares. What is that? 10 cents left. 200 bucks. Absolutely. So this one definitely back on my radar at this point that it is wanting to move. And it was my next trade a few minutes later. Came back down, it broke through 5, but didn't like sell off. So I'm using this is the 20-minute moving average here. Use that kind of as my base, that if we don't break crazy below that, still in play. So as I was watching the L2, bids were coming in and I decided to go long again. This time I got long at, let's see, I played candle over candle, went long at 503, got the pop up, sold at 515, basically 2 minutes later, right through here. Nice win, 11 cents, $220. And I was really hoping to break 515, but it just didn't happen right away. But I watched it, and I wanted it to break 515. That was this high right here, and I was thinking if we break 515, we're gonna get the move up again. So I was playing it again. I got in at basically 511, sold at 512. I'm not trying to hold this if it looks like it's gonna drop, because it is a stock that I know absolutely could drop on me. Basically got a penny there, got 2 pennies here. We did break it finally, but it just didn't move up like I thought it did. And I sold, let's see, I sold as we were coming back down. Let's see, 514 to 516, 2 cents, 40 bucks. And on this next handle, you can see it goes from 517 all the way to 506. And at that point, I'm thinking this thing's done. Well, didn't it? Held up. And but I was done with that one for now. So CLF, this one had news out earlier of a buyout rumor, and it was just a rumor. Rumors tend to move stocks anyway, but this time the company comes out and says that there is no buyout. We have not been approached by anybody. And the stock popped up because of a buyout rumor. It was up here because of a buyout rumor. And the company comes out and says, nope, we're not being bought out and no one's contacted us. And as soon as I heard that, I went short on this thing, right in through here. 931, it dropped down, covered really quick at 926, 5 cents, $100, 2,000 shares. And again, a news play, Benzinga, guys, you got to get a news source. Use the link down in the description below. Use the coupon code StockJock at checkout for 30% off, I believe it is. I think that's what they're running right now. Just get a news source. You'll be amazed of all the things you hear and what moves stocks, and just being a part of that and making money that way. Today alone has paid for Benzinga for a year. it's just too good. It's too good. So made a little bit on that. Was happy for that move. So this one was my last trade of the day so far, and we had this move up. I'm thinking, okay, we're gonna get a little pullback, and now we're gonna go high a day. And I really wanted us to test 550. 550 is the high of the day, and I know there's some shorts up there that are wanting to just get squeezed. So I even posted this one on StockTwits. I said over five. What did I say? 515. Or no, it was candle over candle. That's what I was watching over here. I said we got the pullback, and then if we go candle over candle, I'm looking to break over 520 and then break over 525 for the nice move up. And lots of volume came in, as you can see here. Came in, I went long at 518, but as soon as we broke over 520, it came into so much resistance at 523 and immediately started to come back down. And as we were coming back down, I sold at 513. 5 cent or 4.5 cent loss, 2,000 shares, but could have been way worse. This thing went all the way down to 485. So it didn't do what I thought it was going to do. Bailed, got out, moved on. Definitely watching Fred and seeing that into the close. Up, like I said, 1785 on the day. I could quit right now and be completely happy, and I might do that. But definitely happy with the wins. Again, guys, if you want to be a part of the chat room that I'm in, it's worth it, worth every penny. It teaches you with video lessons how to trade, how to swing trade. Huge tools for the new beginning trader. If you've never traded before, please don't just jump in with your own money and lose it all in the market. 90% of the people that day trade lose money. 10%, only 10% are profitable. Those are real statistics. So anyway, use the link down below, and it'll take you to the page so you can join up the chat room. Also, Benzanga, man, you have to get it, or some news source. Please just get a news source. They're so valuable. There's so thousands of traders listen to these things, and when thousands of people are listening to the same news and buying or selling a stock based off of that same news, it's going to move stocks. And when stocks move, people can make money. So anyway, that's my soapbox stance on chat rooms and Benzinga. Like always, if you have any questions whatsoever, I'm more than happy to help. You can find me on Google Hangouts at stockjockeyat@gmail.com, or you can find me on StockTwits and Twitter. All right, I'll see you in the next video.